Hey guys, welcome to my channel Top X Coins. Rare pennies, especially those from particular years or with minting errors, can be incredibly valuable to collectors and could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Here's a closer look at the fascinating world of valuable pennies and how to identify them. While most pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, there are specific factors that can increase a penny's value exponentially. 1. The 1960 Lincoln cent is one of the most notable coins in modern U.S. numismatics due to a variety of important features. It is especially well known for its association with two major changes in the design of the Lincoln penny, with the change from the wheat reverse to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, and the unique 1960 small date vs. large date variety. Although the 1960 variety itself is not rare in general, it has become an essential coin for collectors, especially those interested in the minor but significant variety and error issues that make it a fascinating part of U.S. coinage history. The reason for the creation of two different date varieties has to do with a change in the dates used by the U.S. Mint. The large date was the first version of the date produced, and this was struck at the beginning of 1960. Later in the year, the Mint decided to update the design of the date on the coin, leading to the creation of the small date variety. The change in the date design was likely due to the Mint's effort to improve the legibility of the digits. Because both varieties were struck in large quantities during 1960, they became an intriguing subject for collectors, especially as they started noticing the variations. In terms of mintage, the 1960 small date is rarer than the 1960 large date, though both varieties were struck in large numbers. The small date variety is considered to be much less common than the large date, which makes it more desirable among collectors. 1960 large date, in high-grade uncirculated condition. Coins in pristine condition, such as those graded MS65, may bring $500 to $2,000 or more. 1960 small date. In high-grade uncirculated condition MS65 and above, the value of a high-grade 1960 small date can easily range from $1,000 to $5,000 or more, with some exceptional examples selling for upwards of $7,250 or more if in extremely high grades. Like MS67A. In this article we will cover the historical background of the 1960 Lincoln cent, the varieties associated with it, its value, and how to distinguish the different types of coins. 2. The 1964 SMS Special Mint Set Lincoln Penny is one of the more sought-after coins for collectors, primarily because it is part of the limited production Special Mint Set issued by the U.S. Mint in 1964. Here's a deeper look at its history, rarity, and value. SMS coins, including the 1964 Lincoln cent, were struck using specially prepared dies and were not produced for general circulation, making them rare and highly collectible. Rarity: the 1964 SMS Lincoln cent is rare because the coins in SMS sets were not intended for circulation, and relatively few were produced. However, since these were not meant for public release, the number of surviving examples in uncirculated or high-grade condition is limited. Identifying the SMS penny: the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny can be distinguished from other 1964 pennies, both regular and proof, by its finish. The satin finish has a more matte appearance, and it lacks the deep mirrored fields typical of a proof coin. Additionally, the SMS coins often show more defined, sharper details than the regular circulation coins. No mint mark. Like other coins in the 1964 SMS sets, the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny does not have a mint mark, as the coins were made at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use mint marks in that year. The value of the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny depends on its condition, rarity, and demand in the marketplace. As of recent years, here's a general guideline for its value. A coin with a higher grade, such as MS66 or MS67, can command $1,000 to $5,000 or more, especially if it has been professionally certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Rare high-grade examples: coins graded MS67 or higher, particularly those with strong eye appeal and minimal defects, can attract even higher prices at auction, with values potentially exceeding $10,000 to $15,000 in exceptional cases. Coins exceed their intensity quite as much as coins that are $70,000 to $150,000. Grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. MSS coins were produced with higher standards, but they are still subject to variations in quality. Certification. A coin that is certified by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC will typically fetch a higher price than an uncertified example because collectors and investors have greater confidence in its authenticity and grade. 3. While the 1967 SMS Lincoln penny may not have a wide variety of errors compared to some other years, certain errors like double die obverses, off-center strikes, die cracks, clash dies and broad strikes can still make a 1967 penny valuable. Of these, double die obverses and off-center strikes are the most notable and likely to attract attention from collectors. If you suspect that you have a rare error, the best course of action is to have it evaluated by a reputable numismatic grading service like PCGS or NGC, as they can help authenticate and assess the value of your coin based on its rarity and condition. 1967 SMS sets. Like the 1964 SMS sets, the 1967 SMS sets were made to bridge the gap between regular circulation coins and the more polished proof coins that collectors were used to. The 1967 set included coins with a satin or matte finish, giving them a distinctive look. Rarity. The 1967 SMS coins were struck in limited quantities, with an estimated 2 million sets produced, but this includes all denominations in the set, not just the Lincoln set. The SMS Lincoln pennies from this year are not as rare as the 1964 SMS penny, but they are still considered collectible due to their limited mintage and distinctive appearance. Finish and characteristics. The 1967 SMS Lincoln penny has a satin finish, a soft matte-like finish compared to the deep mirrored finish of a proof coin. This is the primary way to distinguish it from regular circulation 1967 pennies or from proof coins. No mint mark. Like the other SMS coins from the 1960s, the 1967 SMS Lincoln penny does not have a mint mark, as these sets were all struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use mint marks on coins in 1967. The value of the 1967 SMS Lincoln penny depends on its condition, rarity, and certification. Here are some general value guidelines based on recent market trends. A 1967 SMS Lincoln penny in higher grades, such as MS66 or MS67, can be worth $500 to $1,150, though prices can vary depending on demand and the specific coin's appearance. The highest grade 1967 SMS Lincoln pennies, especially those in perfect or nearly perfect condition, graded MS67 or better, can command $2,250 or more. However, these are rare, and not many examples are found in such high grades. Condition/grade. As with all coins, the value of a 1967 SMS Lincoln penny increases with its grade. Coins that are better preserved, free from marks and with strong eye appeal will be worth more. Coins graded MS65 and above generally fetch a premium. 4. The 1969 Lincoln penny is particularly notable for its rarity and historical significance, especially when it comes to certain errors that can significantly increase its value. Here's a breakdown of the 1969 Lincoln penny, its history and the factors influencing its value. The general 1969 Lincoln penny, non-original, isn't considered rare, but its value primarily depends on its condition, grade, and the existence of any errors. Here's a quick rundown. However, the main attraction for collectors is the 1969 CP, which has an error that makes it much rarer and more valuable. The 1969 double die penny is a famous error coin, and its discovery has made it one of the most highly sought-after coins among collectors. The 1969 double die penny in uncirculated MS63 or higher condition can be worth $1,000 to $5,000 or more depending on the specific grade and demand. If it's an extremely high grade, like MS65 or MS66, it can fetch $10,000 to $20,000 or more. One of the highest recorded sales for a 1969 MS double die penny was for over $35,000. Condition. The value greatly depends on the coin's condition. Coins in poor condition with minimal doubling may be worth around $1,000 to $3,000, but coins with sharp. If you're interested in collecting or investing in 1969 SPN pennies, there are a few things to keep in mind. Look for the double die. The double die error is what drives the value of the 1969 $1.60. Always check for the distinctive doubling on the date and lettering. Condition matters. As with most coins, condition is crucial for determining value. Coins in higher grades, such as MS65 or MS66, will command much higher prices. Professional grading service. For error coins, it's often worth having them graded by a reputable service such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. A certified error coin in high grade can bring a premium price in the market. Conclusion. The 1969 Lincoln penny is most famous for the rare double die error, which makes it highly valuable to collectors. While a regular 1969 S penny might not be worth much more than face value, the 1969 S doubled die penny in high grade can command thousands of dollars. It remains one of the key error coins from the 20th century, and its value has only increased over time as interest in coin collecting has grown. 5. The 1971 S Lincoln penny is a popular coin among collectors due to its history, unique features, and potential errors that can significantly increase its value. While not the rarest coin in existence, certain error versions of the 1971 S penny, particularly those with misprints or unique features, can be quite valuable. This article will explore the history of the 1971 S Lincoln penny, the specific errors that make it valuable, and its overall significance in the numismatic world. The production of pennies in 1971 occurred during a period when inflation was rising in the United States, and the mint was still producing large quantities of the coin to meet public demand. The 1971 S penny, like other pennies of the time, was made primarily from a copper alloy consisting of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, as the years progressed, the design and composition of pennies would evolve, but the 1971 S penny remains a key milestone in the history of American currency. Virtually every penny has been designed to stamp out penny orders, and several types of errors in the 1971 S penny have been documented, and these can significantly increase the coin's value. Some of the more notable errors found on the 1971 SPE include double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks and over-mint marks. These error pennies can be highly valuable to collectors. Errors on 1971 coins can significantly increase their value, especially if they are extremely coined in valuation, as they can increase in value. These errors 1971 coins can range in value from $1,000 to over $8,000 or more for particularly rare examples. Identifying rare or error-prone 1971 coins can lead to a serious responsibility and seem to increase the value of substance and property. Identifying rare or error-prone 1971 coins can require considerable expenses. To assess the potential value of a 1971 penny, collectors and enthusiasts often look for the following key features. Close inspection of the mint mark. Check for any abnormalities in the mint mark, such as doubling or over-mint marks. Look for double die errors. Examine the letters, especially in Liberty and the date 1971, for signs of doubling. Assess the strike. Look for off-center strikes or missing design elements which indicate an off-center or clipped planchet error. Examine the surface for die cracks. Check the coin's condition. Look for any cracks or patterns on the surface of the coin caused by die wear. The more valuable it will be. Uncirculated or proof quality coins will be more valuable than heavily worn examples. The value of a rare 1971 penny depends on its error, condition, and rarity. Typically, coins in poor condition with small errors might only be worth a few dollars. However, well-preserved examples with significant errors, such as double die strikes or off-center strikes, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in some cases. Conclusion. The 1971 cycling penny may appear like an ordinary coin, but its history and potential for error make it a sought-after piece for collectors. While most 1971 cycling pennies are not particularly valuable, rare error coins can command significant premiums in the numismatic market, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out. 6. The 1972 CI Lincoln penny is an interesting and sought-after coin in the world of numismatics. It was minted at the San Francisco Mint and is often discussed for its particular characteristics, historical significance, and errors that can dramatically affect its value. While most 1972 CI's Lincoln pennies are fairly common and do not command high premiums, certain types of errors, particularly the double die variety, can make this coin quite valuable. This article will dive into the details of the 1972 Lincoln penny, covering its history, key characteristics, potential errors, and the value of these coins in today's market. The Lincoln cent, often referred to as the penny, has been a cornerstone of U.S. currency since 1909. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner and was originally minted to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design of the Lincoln penny has undergone several changes, but its association with Abraham Lincoln has remained constant. The details are much sharper than those of standard circulation coins. Proof coins are typically produced in limited quantities for collectors, which is why proof 1972 WS pennies are often more valuable than regular circulation coins from the same year. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting 1972 cents pennies is the potential for mint errors, which can significantly affect the coin's value. Some of the most well-known errors associated with the 1972 cents penny are double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks. which can be found on both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin. The value of the 1972 Lincoln penny depends largely on its condition, rarity, and whether it features any of the above-mentioned errors. For standard, non-error 1972 Lincoln cases, the value typically ranges from $1 to $5, depending on the coin's quality. Proof coins are generally worth more than regular circulation pennies, but their value is still relatively modest, unless they have a significant error or are in exceptionally good condition. When it comes to error coins, such as those with any errors, the value can skyrocket. A 1972 penny can range from $1,000 to $5,500 or more, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition. These errors can also higher prices, with the value depending on how extreme the error is. For example, a well-preserved double-die 1972 penny in uncirculated or proof-like condition can command much higher prices than a worn example. Coins that have been graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can also fetch higher prices, as these certifications help verify the authenticity and quality of the coin. 7. The 1973 Lincoln cent, particularly those with rare errors, is a significant coin among collectors. It represents a fascinating example of how subtle flaws during the minting process can dramatically increase a coin's value and intrigue. In this comprehensive exploration, we'll dive into the history of the 1973 second penny, examine the types of errors that have been found, and explore its rarity and value in the market. The Lincoln cent has a long and storied history, and the 1973 SM1201 penny specifically plays an important role in its legacy. The penny, which debuted in 1909 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, has undergone many changes over the years, in terms of design, composition, and minting techniques. The 1973 S coin is part of the series minted during a time of transition for U.S. coinage. The San Francisco Mint, which was primarily responsible for striking proof coins, produced both proof and circulation quality coins for the 1973 year. While most of the 1973 Decatur Lincoln pennies were minted for proof sets, some errors found in regular circulation have garnered significant attention among collectors due to their rarity and the peculiarities of their production. To understand the rarity and value of the 1973 S-era pennies, it's important to understand how errors occur during minting. U.S. coins are typically struck using a combination of pressure, dies, and blanks. However, occasional mistakes, often referred to as minting errors, can result in coins with unusual characteristics. These errors may occur for a variety of reasons, such as problems with the dies, improper handling of the blanks, or malfunctioning equipment. The minting process of the 1973 Lincoln cent followed standard procedures, but it was also a time when technology and processes were rapidly changing. Coin dies and presses were continually being improved, but human error and mechanical failure still occasionally led to unusual results. These errors may have gone unnoticed in the hustle of mint production, but have become increasingly valuable as collectors seek out rarities. Among the 1973 cents, Lincoln cents, several specific types of errors have been found, contributing to their rarity and market value. Below are the most notable errors associated with these coins: double die errors, die cracks and cuds, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, overdates and over-mint marks. When it comes to error coins such as those with any errors, the value can skyrocket. A 1972 cent penny can range from $3,000 to $7,000 or more, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition. These errors can also dramatically higher prices, with the value depending on how extreme the error is, or rarer examples, with more dramatic errors, or those in pristine condition may fetch higher prices in auction houses or private sales. The rarity of any error coin is determined by a variety of factors, including how many examples of the error exist and how well the coin has been preserved. In the case of the 1973 bill penny, error coins are considered relatively rare, especially those with significant or visually striking flaws like double die errors or off-center strikes. The fact that many error coins are missed during the initial minting process or the sorting of coins makes them all the more valuable to collectors. Mint workers who are under pressure to meet production quotas often fail to identify subtle flaws, allowing coins with errors to enter circulation. However, given the increased focus on coin collecting and error spotting in recent decades, many of these errors have been identified and cataloged, further enhancing their rarity. 8. The 1981 Lincoln cent holds a special place in the hearts of both collectors and numismatists. Although the regular 1981 pennies are generally considered a standard issue and don't feature the striking designs or extreme rarities seen in other years, there are still notable era varieties from 1981 that have gained attention due to their unique minting flaws. In this detailed analysis, we will explore the history of the 1981 Lincoln cent, the most significant errors associated with this coin, and discuss its rarity and value in the coin market. While the standard 1981 Lincoln cents were mass-produced, they weren't without their flaws. Errors such as misstrikes, double dies, and other minting anomalies have emerged from the production process, and many of these coins are sought after by collectors for their rarity and uniqueness. Minting errors are an inevitable part of coin production, and the 1981 Lincoln cent is no exception. A variety of errors have been identified on this particular year, some of which have made the 1981 penny more valuable to collectors. Below are the main types of errors seen in 1981 Lincoln cents. Double die errors, die cracks and cuds, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, overdates and overmint marks. These types of errors are valuable to collectors because they are rare and visually striking. When it comes to error coins, such as those with absolutation, any errors the value can skyrocket. A 1981 penny can range from $1,000 to $5,000 or more, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition. These errors can also have defined sensitive erasions and allow prices to deteriorate over time, with the value depending on how extreme the error is. Rarer examples with more dramatic errors or those in pristine condition may fetch higher prices in auction houses or private sales. The rarity of a particular error coin is determined by how common or uncommon that error is in relation to the number of coins minted during a given year. While most 1981 Lincoln cents are not particularly rare, certain error varieties are more difficult to find and, as a result, can be more valuable. The factors that contribute to the value of a 1981 Lincoln cent error include: the most valuable errors on the 1981 Lincoln cent are those that are most striking, such as double die errors, off-center strikes, and struck-on wrong planchet errors. These types of mistakes are the most sought after by collectors, and they tend to command higher prices, especially in good or uncirculated condition. As with most coins, the condition of the coin plays a critical role in determining its value. Coins in uncirculated MS or proof condition will typically fetch higher prices than those with noticeable wear or damage. The 1981 Lincoln cent, especially in high-grade conditions, can be worth more due to its relatively low circulation compared to other pennies from the same year. Market demand for error coins fluctuates based on trends within the collecting community. If there is an increased interest in 1981 error coins due to a surge in popularity or a recognition of their rarity. 9. The 1982 D small date Lincoln cent is one of the most famous and sought-after error coins in modern U.S. coinage. The coin, struck at the Denver Mint in 1982, is part of the transition period when the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the penny, and it features a distinct small-date variety that has captured the attention of collectors due to its rarity and uniqueness. This coin, along with its counterpart, the 1982 D large date, is one of the most iconic varieties from the 1982 series. The 1982 Lincoln cent is significant for several reasons. It marks the year when the U.S. Mint transitioned from a 95% copper composition to a copper-plated zinc composition for pennies, and it produced two different date fonts, small and large, in the same year. Among these, the 1982 D small date variety is especially valuable and rare. In this detailed article, we will explore the history of the 1982 D small date Lincoln cent, the significance of the small date versus large date varieties, the rarity and value of the coin, and tips for identifying this sought-after variety. Additionally, the 1982 penny is notable for the two distinct date styles that were struck, the small date and the large date varieties. These differences arise from the fonts used to produce the year 1982 on the obverse of the coin. The change in the date style was due to a change in the design of the date die, and the two varieties were minted at different times during the year. The U.S. Mint produced both the small date and large date varieties in 1982, but the proportions of small date versus large date coins differ significantly, making the small date variety much rarer and more valuable to collectors. This difference in the design of the date occurred because the U.S. Mint used two different dies during the production of the 1982 pennies. The large date variety was struck early in the year, and the small date variety was struck later in the year, when the Mint replaced the large date dies with small date dies. The 1982 D small date variety is particularly rare. While there were many small date coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, with no mint mark, the 1982 D small date coins are much scarcer. The 1982 D small date is considered one of the most challenging and desirable varieties for collectors of modern U.S. coins. The 1982 D small date Lincoln cent is one of the most sought-after varieties for collectors due to its rarity, While the 1982 D small date struck in San Francisco for proof sets is more commonly found, the 1982 D small date is much scarcer and harder to find in good condition. Rarity of the 1982 small date. The exact mintage figures for the 1982 D small date are not readily available, but estimates suggest that only a small percentage of the total 1982 D mintage was struck with the small date dies. As a result, this variety is much rarer compared to the more common 1982 D large date coin. The 1982 D small date is considered rare because it was produced only during a limited time window after the change from the large date dies. Coin collectors often have difficulty finding one in good condition, especially in uncirculated or mint state grades. The value of a 1982 D small date penny can vary greatly depending on its condition and whether it has been graded by a reputable coin grading service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or Professional Coin Grading Service. As a general rule, coins that are well preserved and graded higher are worth significantly more than lower grade examples. At auction, some especially high quality or rare examples of the 1982 D small date, in MS65 or higher, have sold for much higher amounts, sometimes exceeding $3,000 to $10,000 or even more, particularly if the coin has been authenticated and graded by a trusted third party. 10. The 1983 Lincoln cent is a noteworthy coin in U.S. numismatic history for several reasons. It was the first year that the United States Mint switched from using a primarily copper composition to a copper-plated zinc composition, and it also features a series of error coins that have captured the attention of collectors. While most 1983 Lincoln cents are not particularly rare or valuable, there are some rare minting errors that make certain varieties highly sought after in the world of coin collecting. This detailed guide will examine the history of the 1983 Lincoln cent, explore the types of error coins associated with it, and discuss its rarity and market value. The 1983 Lincoln cent was minted at 3 locations: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint D, and the San Francisco Mint S, which produced only proof coins. As with any year in coin production, some errors were made during the minting process, and these errors would go on to become highly prized by collectors. While most 1983 Lincoln cents are typical examples of the coin, there are a few notable errors that have been discovered over the years. These errors can dramatically increase the coin's value, especially when they are rare or in excellent condition. The most common types of errors found in 1983 pennies include die cracks and cuds, double die errors, off-center strike C, copper planchet, errors copper versus copper, plated zinc. One of the most famous and valuable errors associated with the 1983 Lincoln cent is the 1983 copper penny. When the U.S. Mint transitioned to copper-plated zinc planchets in 1982, there were still some copper planchets remaining in circulation. While the Mint had intended to phase out solid copper planchets by 1982, a few pennies were accidentally struck using these leftover copper planchets. These copper 1983 pennies are highly prized by collectors because they are technically wrong for the year. The 1983 penny should have been struck on a copper-plated zinc planchet, not a solid copper one. Because these coins were not intended to be produced, they are considered a significant error in U.S. coinage. While only a few examples of 1983 copper pennies are known to exist, they have become highly valuable. The most famous examples have been sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, with prices ranging anywhere from $100,000 to several $100,000, depending on the coin's authenticity and condition. However, it's important to note that these coins are incredibly rare, and finding one is akin to finding a modern-day holy grail of U.S. coinage. For those who are not looking for a $100,000 find, it's important to be cautious about claims of 1983 copper pennies, as fakes and misattributions have circulated. A genuine 1983 copper penny is a rare and significant piece of U.S. numismatic history.